Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about the midline of a trapezoid. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So the midline of a trapezoid is the line joining the midpoints of the sides. The midline is 1/2 the sum of the bases. So once again class, before answering this 1 and 2, and we will give more examples class, especially for x values. So more complicated example class later on. So before answering this one is we need to understand more what is a midline of a trapezoid. So if we have given trapezoid EFGH, once again class, in reading the quadrilateral, it must be consecutive vertices. You can read this one class, HEFG, that's okay. GHEF, that's okay. FGHE, that's actually okay class. As long as you read this one with consecutive vertices. So I will just read this one, trapezoid EFGH. EFGH. Alright. So if we have given trapezoid EFGH and we get the midpoint of this line segment HE. Okay, let's get the midpoint of this line segment HE. And we'll label this one as point I. Okay, this is the midpoint of HE. We label this one as point I. And we also get the midpoint of line segment GF. And we label this one as point J. Okay, we label this one as point J. Alright, and then if we connect this midpoint class, this is what we call the midline. Okay, if we connect these points I and J, this is the midline of the trapezoid. So let's connect that one class. Alright, so if we connect these midpoints, this is what we call the midline. Alright, this is what we call the midline. Of course, this midline class is parallel to this bases. Once again class, HG and EF, these are the bases of the trapezoid. Always remember this one. This one, HG and EF, these are the bases. And this IJ is parallel to HG and EF. So this line is parallel to this line and also in this line. Now, according to the theorem class, that this midline, the midline of this trapezoid, is 1/2 the sum of the bases. So therefore, example class, if this is 10 for HG and 20 for EF, what's the value of IJ class? Could you try that? That's correct, it should be 15. Why is that, sir? Because this midline is 1/2 the sum of the bases. So the thing that we will do, we just need to add the bases. 10 plus 20, that is 30, divided by 2, that would be 15. That's it class. That's how you find the midline. Easy, right? Alright, so another example for you to understand this one. If you understand this one class, the midline, the formula, this will be a really easy class for numbers 1 and 2 and so on. So another example, what if this is 20 and this is 30? What would be the value of IJ? That's correct, it should be, what's the answer class? That's correct, it should be 25. Why is that, sir? Because if you add the bases, 20 plus 30, that's 50, right? Divided by 2, that would be 25. That's the thing there, class, about the midline of a trapezoid. Just simply add the bases, then divide it by 2, and this will be the answer, IJ. So you can actually use the formula. Okay, let's use the formula, class. But in this scenario, class, if you have given examples like this, okay, 20 and 30, you can just simply add, then divide it by 2. But if the teacher will ask for the formula, this will be the formula, class. That would be the midline. So IJ, okay, is equals to 1/2 the sum of, so that would be the sum of HG plus line segment HG plus line segment EF. Alright, so IJ, you're looking for IJ just in case class we don't have the IJ. So line segment IJ, that's 1/2, HG is 20, plus EF is 30. So IJ will be 1/2, 20 plus 30, that is 50. So 1/2 of 50, so you can just simply divide 50 by 2. 50 divided by 2, that is 25. Or 1/2 of 50, that's 25. That's it, class. That's the solution there, if the teacher will ask for the solution. But for me, class, if I will be your teacher, you can just answer it directly, class. That's okay for me. Because 30 plus 20, we can just simply add it up. That would be 15, then divide it by 2. That would be 25. Now, with regards to the side class, we have line segment HE, okay, this side. we can say that HI is congruent to EI. Okay, this line segment HI is congruent to line segment AI. Why is that, sir? Because we said it a while ago that I is the midpoint of HE. So therefore, this side is congruent to this side. Question, once again, why is that, sir? Because this I is the midpoint of line segment HE. Therefore, if HE is 10, okay, just an example class, if HE is 10, what would be the value of HI? That's correct, HI should be 5. So that would be 5, and EI should be 5. Because this line segment HI is congruent to line segment EI, because I is the midpoint of this line. So I hope you understand that one, class. How about this one, class, on the right side? So once again, this GJ is congruent to line segment FJ. Why is that, sir? Because J is the midpoint of line segment GF. So example, if GF is 12, okay, if GF is 12, what would be the value of GJ? That's correct, GJ will be 6. Half of 12, that is 6. So this is 6. And FJ, that would be 6. So this line is congruent to this line. Alright, that's according, class, for the sides. So remember this one, class, for the sides, because later on we will have examples finding the x values for the side. Once again, this HI is congruent to EI, okay, because I is the midpoint of line segment HE. This GJ is congruent to line segment FJ because J is the midpoint of G and F, line segment G and F. We cut this one into 2 equal parts since J is the midpoint. Once again, we need to get the midpoint for us to get the midline. That would be IJ is the midline. Alright, so we're all set. If you understand this one, class, we will be solving this one, and we will give more examples, class, for you to really understand how to solve the midline term. Alright, so let's start with number 1. If IJ is X and HG is 8 and EF is 12, find X. So first, you need to label this one. So we have given IJ, that is X. So IJ, this one, this line segment IJ, the midline, that is X. So this is X. Alright, and HG is 8. HG is 8. And EF is 12. And we're told to find X. Easy, right? For this one, for number 1, could you try that? What's the answer, class? That's correct. It should be 10. Why is that? Because if you add the bases 8 plus 12, that is 20 divided by 2, the answer is 10. So therefore, IJ is 10. But let's have the solution. That would be IJ, okay, the midline. That would be 1/2 the sum of the bases. So HG plus EF. Alright, so X equals 1/2 HG, line segment HG. When put line segment there, line segment HG is 8 plus EF is 12. So X equals, so 1/2 8 plus 12, that is 20. So 1/2 of 20, that is 10. So you can actually multiply this one, class. Understood that there's 1 here. 1 times 20 is 20. 2 times 1 is 2. Then 20 divided by 2, that is 10. But for me, class, divide this one. 20 divided by 2. 20 divided by 2, that is 10. That's it, class. That's the answer for number 1. Easy, right? For number 1, X is 10 for number 1. X is 10. Alright, let's try number 2. Later on, class, our examples will be quite complicated. So you need to bear with me, class. Focus, class. Alright, let's have number 2. If IJ is equals to Y plus 3 and HG is equals to 14 and EF is equals to 18, find Y and IJ. Right, let's do that. So let's label. First thing to do, class, you label. So we have IJ, that is Y plus 3. So let me just label this in black. Y plus 3 for IJ. And HG, that is 14. Alright, and EF, that is 18. And we're told to find Y and IJ. Right, let's find Y. So this will be, once again, the formula. The midline, that is IJ, is equals to 1/2, okay, quantity plus the sum of the bases. So HG plus EF. Alright, so this will be ij is y plus 3 equals 1/2. Then hg, that is 14, plus ef, that is 18. Alright, so this will be y plus 3 equals 1/2. What will be the sum, class? 14 plus 18. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That should be 32. 14 plus 18, that's 32. Alright, so next thing, class. Can we divide 32 by 2? Because if we can divide, we can just simply divide this one, class. Because if we cannot divide, we can multiply both sides by 2 to cancel this out, okay? To cancel this 2. But since we can just simply divide 32 by 2, can we divide 32 by 2? Yep, we can divide 32 by 2. So no need to multiply both sides by 2. Just simply divide, class. So y plus 3, copy y plus 3 equals 32 divided by 2, that is 16. Alright, and then to get the value of y, you can do the property of equality. Once again, class, most of the students, they're so confused with this properties of equality. You can subtract both sides by 3 to get the value of y. So cancel this out. Okay, cancel this out. So y equals 16 minus 3, that is 13. You can do that one, class. Properties of equality, subtract both sides by 3. Subtraction property of equality. But once again, class, most of the students, they are so confused with this properties of equality. So for me, class, it's better to transpose this 3 from left to right. Okay, transpose this one from left to right. Transfer 3 from left to right. Once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. So this will be y equals, copy 16. This is positive 3. Once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. This will be negative 3. Alright, and this will be y equals 16 minus 3, that is 13. That's it, class. That's the answer there for number 2 for y. So y is equals to 13, and we are still looking for ij. Okay, ij is y plus 3. So therefore ij, y plus 3. So the value of y, that is 13. Okay, the value of y, once again, we already have our y. This is y. So for ij, this will be ij equals our value of y, that is 13. So substitute the value of this 13, class. Okay, once again, substitute the value of y, that is 13. So that would be 13 plus 3. Therefore, ij is equals to 13 plus 3, class. What's the answer? That's correct. That is 16. That is ij, class, 16. Easy, right, for number 2? Alright, so I hope you understand this one, class. We have 5 examples, class, for you to really understand this one. Let's try number 3, class. More complicated examples. So I hope you understand this one, class. You get this number 1. And so for number 1, a while ago, we get the answer for x. And for number 2, y is 13 and ij is 16. Alright, so let's try number 3. Once again, class, if you have some questions with this one, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can always message me, class, in our YouTube channel, or you can always message me in our Facebook channel, same name with our YouTube channel, class. Feel free to leave a message, class. That's actually okay for me. We'll be answering your questions, class. Any type of mathematics that you would like to be answered. Go ahead, class. Leave a comment or message me in our Facebook channel. Alright, so number 3. If hg is x and ij is equals to 16 and ef is equals to 22, find x. So we have given hg, that is x. So label this one, class. Once again, you label first before answering. hg is x and ij, that is 16, and ef, that is 22. Alright, so we use the formula. That would be the midline, that's ij, is equals to hg, 1/2, do not forget 1/2, 1/2 the sum of the bases. So 1/2 quantity, the bases, hg plus ef. Alright, and then ij, we have given ij, that is 16. So substitute the value, that is 16, equals 1/2 multiplied by our hg is x, we're told to find hg, plus our ef is 22, then close parenthesis. So next step, class, you can do 2 solutions. You can cross multiply 16 times 2. Okay, you can cross multiply this one. Understood that there's 1 here. Always remember that any whole number, there is a denominator of 1. So you can do cross multiplication. You multiply 2 by this one. Okay, 16 times 2. You can do cross multiplication plus this one. And then you multiply 1 by this equation, including x plus 22. So 16 times 2, that is 32. Then 1 times this equation on the numerator, that would be copy, x plus 22. But it will be confusing, class, if you do it that way. Okay, if you do it that way, it will be really confusing. So for me, to answer this one is we can just apply the properties of equality. So once again, ij is 16 equals 1/2. Hg is x plus 22 for EF. So to eliminate this 2, because this fraction, class, it will be complicated if you have fractions. So the thing that we will do is we need to eliminate this 2. To eliminate 2, you just simply multiply both sides by 2. Okay, multiply both sides by 2. So multiply by 2 on the left side of the equal sign and also on the right side. Why is that, sir? So that we can cancel this 2, class. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that we can cancel this out. Alright, and you will get the same answer, class. So 2 times 16, so multiply this one, distributive property. So 2 times 16, that is 32, equals, since we already canceled 2, so simply copy this one, class. We already canceled 2, so simply copy this one, because 1 times this equation, the answer is this equation. So you can actually multiply 1, you can distribute 1 by this equation, but you will get the same answer. So simply copy this one. So x plus 22. Alright, and we're almost done. So to get the value of x, we can just simply transpose 22 from right to left. Once again, class, do not transpose x from right to left, because if you transpose this x will be negative. Okay, and it will be more complicated, class, if you're dealing with negative x values. So instead of transposing x from right to left, simply transpose 22, class, from right to left. Because if your answer, class, just remember this one, class, x equals 10 is just the same with 10 equals x. This is just the same, class. Always remember this one, especially in algebra. X equals 10 is just the same with 10 equals x. It doesn't matter if your x value is on the left side of this equal sign or is on the right side of the equal sign. That's actually the same, class. So the thing that we will do is we just simply transpose 22 from right to left. So this will be 32. This is positive. It will be negative 22 equals x. Alright, and then subtract 32 minus 22. That is 10 equals x. That's it, class. That's the answer for x. X equals 10. 10 equals x is just the same with x equals 10. This is just the same, class. So therefore, our x value is 10. That's it, class. That's the answer for number 3. This is 10. So let's check, class. If we add this up, do we get 16? Yep. Let's check. 10 plus 22, that's 32. Divided by 2, that is 16. Therefore, our answer is correct for number 3, that x is equals to 10. Alright, let's try number 4. Alright, let's have number 4. If hg is equals to y minus 2, and ij, that is equals to 20, and ef is equals to 31, find y and hg, line segment hg. Alright, so hg, that would be equals to y minus 2. Let's label this up, y minus 2. And we have ij, that is 20. So this is 20. And ef, that is 31. So once again, to find this one, hg, we need to use the formula. And the formula, that would be the midline. So ij, the midline is equals to 1/2 the sum of the bases. So hg plus ef. Once again, guys, just always use the formula for you to find the value of y, the value of x, and many more. So this will be ij, that is 20, is equals to 1/2, then hg, that is y minus 2, and ef plus 31. Plus 31. Alright, so before multiplying both sides by 2, so that we can cancel this 2, you check first, class, inside the parentheses. Can we combine this negative 2 and 31? If we can combine, class, combine like terms first before multiplying both sides by 2 to eliminate this 2. Once again, simplify inside the parentheses first. Always follow PEMDAS class. So we can simplify this one inside the parentheses. So y minus 2 for HG plus 31 for EF. So we can combine 2 and positive 31. So this will be 20 equals 1/2 parentheses y negative 2 plus 31. So negative, then positive, unlike signs. If the signs are not the same, you subtract, then copy the sign of the larger number. So 31 minus 2, that's 29. Now since 31 is greater than 2, we copy the sign. That would be positive 29. Alright, and then, so once again, negative 2 plus 31, that's positive 29. And then next step, class, is we can do cross multiplication. Or we can just simply multiply both sides by 2 so that we can cancel this 2. Okay, multiply both sides by 2. For me, class, just multiply both sides by 2. Alright, so this will be, you can multiply that up. So 20 times 2, distribute this one. So 20 times 2, that is 40, equals, so we can just simply cancel this out. Because 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So cancel this out. And then 1 times this equation, simply copy this equation. So 1 times this equation, that would be y plus 29. Any number or any equation multiplied by 1, the answer is the number or the equation itself. So 1 times y plus 29, that would be y plus 29. And to get the value of y, we transpose 29 from right to left. So this will be 40. This is positive 29. It will be negative 29 equals y. And 40 minus 29, what's the answer, class? 40 minus 29. That's correct. That is 11 equals y. Alright, that's it, class. That's the value of y. Or you can write this one, y equals 11. This is just the same, class. Y equals 11 or 11 equals y. This is just the same. So therefore, our y is 11. And our hg, so the value of y, that is 11. So therefore, hg, that is equals to hg, that is y minus 2. Once again, class, the value of hg, that's y minus 2. So this will be y is 11. So 11 minus 2. What's the answer, class? 11 minus 2. That's correct. That is, hg will be, what's the answer, class? That's correct. hg will be 9. Alright, so hg is 9. So let me just write it here. hg is 9. So 9, hg is 9. So let's check, class, our answer. If we really get 20 for this one. So if hg is 9, this is 9. So 9 plus 31, that is 40. Divide it by 2, do we get 20? Yep, we get 20. Therefore, hg is 9. 9 is correct, class, for hg. That's it, class, for number 4. Let's try last example, class, number 5. Alright, so number 5, last question, class. If hi is equals to 10, and IE is equals to x minus 4, find x and IE. Alright, before we answer that one, we need to label. So we have HI. So this line segment HI, that is 10. Alright. And this line segment IE, this one IE, that is x minus 4. Alright, so actually, class, we can already find IE. We can say that IE is 10. Question, why is that, sir? We can say, class, that IE is 10. We can actually write directly for IE is 10. Question, why is that, sir? Because I is the midpoint of line segment HE, right? I is the midpoint of line segment HE. Therefore, this line segment HI is congruent to line segment IE because I is the midpoint of this line segment. Okay? They cut this line into 2 equal parts. I cut this line segment HE into 2 equal parts. So this side is congruent to this side. So if HI is 10, therefore IE is also 10. So you can answer it right away. But if you want the solution, this will be the solution, class. So once again, HI is congruent. So line segment HI is congruent to line segment IE. Or you can write it EI. Let's just write it IE, class. Line segment IE. Alright, so once again, HI is congruent to line segment IE. And our HI is 10. right, equals, once again class, if they are congruent, therefore we can equate this one. We can say that 10 equals this one, x minus 4. And to get the value of x, just simply transpose 4 from right to left. So that the remaining equation on the right will be only x. This is negative 4. Once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. So this will be 10. This is negative 4. It will be positive 4 equals x. And 10 plus 4, that is 14, equals x. That's it, class. That's the value of x. Okay, the value of x is 14. You can write that 1 plus x equals 14. That's the same, class. 14 equals x is just the same with x equals 14. So IE is equals to x minus 4. Simply substitute the value of x. And our x is 14. So 14 minus 4. What's the answer, class? 14 minus 4. That's correct. That is 10. So therefore, IE is 10. Same answer, class, for HI. So you can answer it right away. That is 10. But if the teacher will ask for x value, this will be your solution, class. Equate this one. HI is congruent to IE. So 10 equals x minus 4. Transpose 4 and you will get 14. That's it, class. This is all about the midline of a trapezoid. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, class, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends, class, and to your classmates so that we can help more students, especially, class, to those students who are really struggling in solving math problems. Once again, class, this is Teacher MJ. I hope you have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.